Welcome to Tips from Dad. This is a remake of my video on how to make kombucha. Kombucha is growing in popularity as a very healthy probiotic carbonated drink that is easy to make, and so I'm going to show you how easy it is. All you need is 4 tea bags, a cup of sugar, some recycled wine bottles and some boiling water. Pretty simple, isn't it? Anyway, and the other important thing is you need one of these. It's called a SCOBY, a slimy symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. Where do you get a SCOBY from? Well, put it up on Facebook and you're sure to find a friend who's doing kombucha, or else get in touch with me and I might be able to give you one of my SCOBYs, because as you make kombucha, the SCOBY keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it grows in layers, and you can separate out a layer and give one away and keep part of it for yourself. You don't want the SCOBY to get too big, because otherwise your drink will become a little bit vinegary in taste. So today we're going to go through very quickly and show you the easy method of making kombucha. But firstly, I'm going to put my brew that's been brewing for a couple of weeks into bottles. Now normally you want to brew for a week to 10 days, but you can stretch it out to 14 days. Any longer than that, and again, your drink is going to get a bit of a vinegary taste. So we've got our brew here, and we're going to put it into these 5 bottles. And I use a funnel and a sieve, and I just pour this into the bottles. In filling the bottles, you might find it helpful to have a little jug, especially just for the last part, where you get a bit of froth forming at the top of the bottle, and you just need to let the froth settle down a bit, and then just top up the bottles until they're completely full. Okay, then we just put the tops on the bottles, and I think you can pretty much put any top on any bottle, but I like to match the tops up with what they've come off, just to make sure that I get a good seal. Now make sure these lids are on good and tight. Wipe down the bottles, and they get put into a warm, dark place in the bottom of your pantry or somewhere for about a week, and then you can start putting them in the fridge, chilling them and drinking the beautiful, delicious kombucha drink. Very refreshing and very good for your health. Probiotic, helping to put good bacteria down through your digestive system. There we have it, our 5 bottles of kombucha, and we're going to start making our new lot. Okay, so we get our jug, and we get boiling water, and we fill this up to the 1500 mils, and we get our tea bags. Put our tea bags in. And we'll stir around. Put in our cup of sugar. Now, if need be, you can pop it into the microwave for a few minutes just to make sure that you've dissolved the sugar, or put it on the stove if you do this in a pot. But it looks like that sugar's dissolved, and those tea bags are getting well and truly infused into the water. One of the good things about making kombucha is that you don't have to have everything super sterilized. So these recycled wine bottles, you want to make sure they're well rinsed out and clean, but they don't need to be sterilized. And same with this container that I use for brewing the kombucha. After I've put it into bottles, I just give it a good wash out with a bit of hot water. And here's another container that I use. If you can get hold of a jar that's 4 litres, this is a 3 litre jar, you can brew your kombucha in something like this. Some people prefer to use glass rather than this is a food grade plastic. Anyway, we've now got our tea that's been brewing in here for a few minutes and looks like it's well brewed, and we can fish out these tea bags. The sugar has dissolved, our 1 cup of sugar, our 4 tea bags are taken out, and this gets poured into our brewing container. And I've got a little mark in here that's the 4 litre mark, so I just fill it up to the 4 litre mark, and then I'm going to put my SCOBY in. Now this SCOBY has grown quite big, so I've peeled off one of the layers, and I'm just going to put this part in, and this other layer can be either thrown away or put in a jar with a little bit of kombucha mixture in the fridge and given to a friend at some future date. Now when you put your lid on, you want to make sure that it's not sealed, because this is going to be producing a bit of carbon dioxide, and if you seal it too much, especially if it's in a glass jar, you could have an explosion. So make sure that it's vented. If you use a glass jar, I've got a cover that I put over it, and I just put a rubber band around the cloth cover. So this is now ready. It's got the tea solution with the sugar and the SCOBY in there, and it just goes off into the bottom of my pantry, and it's going to sit there for a week to 10 days, maybe stretch to 2 weeks before I make up my next lot. I just want to quickly show you an alternative method of making the kombucha, and this way I just take my tea bags and I put some boiling water into them and let the black tea infuse through the boiling water. Now this is my 3 litre jar, so I've only put 3 tea bags in here. And this 3 litre will make up 4 wine bottles of kombucha. So that's infusing away there. And here is my lemon and ginger syrup, and this, on one of the other episodes of Tips from Dad, you'll see how I make the lemon and ginger syrup. It's very useful for making a nice, cool, refreshing drink, and it's good for using in the kombucha to give it a little bit more flavour. So I get the lemon and ginger syrup, and I'm going to put 2 cups of the lemon and ginger syrup in here instead of my cup of sugar. So we'll put in, that's a litre container, so there's about half a litre of the lemon and ginger syrup, and then we put in the tea. And then add the cold water and bring it up to the top. Now when you add the SCOBY, you want to make sure that the temperature is lukewarm. You don't want it too hot, otherwise you could damage the SCOBY. So we've filled that up. So it's got the 2 cups of lemon and ginger syrup and our 3 tea bags that have been infused in boiling water. And then we take our SCOBY, and again you can see it's coming off in layers, so I'll just peel a layer off and put that one back in there. Put my cloth cover on it. So there we have it. Doesn't take long. I can make kombucha in well under half an hour, and I make up 12 bottles at a time. So I'm going to try it now. This is the bottle that I've made a few weeks ago, and we're just going to pour it into this glass and give it a taste. There's a bit of a hiss as I open the bottle, and you can see it's well carbonated, even with a bit of head on the top there. Ah, beautiful. And if you want to add some flavour to your kombucha, you can put in a bit of lemon and ginger syrup. Or if you've got other flavourings, put some cranberry juice in sometimes, that's really nice. Just experiment until you get a flavour that you really like. So, cheers, give it a go.